Today we will learn about semiconductor and types of semiconductor. First we will see what is semiconductors. Semiconductors are the material which have a conductivity between conductor and non-conductor, or we can say insulator. Semiconductor can be compound such as gallium arsenide or pure elements such as germanium or silicon. Now, types of semiconductor. Semiconductor can be classified as two types. This is intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. The intrinsic semiconductor are pure in form, means we have no need to mix the impurity. But extrinsic semiconductor are of two type, N-type and P-type, in which we mix the impurity. In N-type we mix the impurity of pentavalent, and in P-type we mix the impurity of trivalent. So in this extrinsic semiconductor we mix the impurities. Now first we will talk about intrinsic semiconductor. An intrinsic type of semiconductor material is made to be very pure chemically. It is made up of only a single type of element. Germanium and silicon are the most common type of intrinsic semiconductor elements. They have 4 valence electrons, that is we call tetravalent. They are bound to the atom by the covalent bond at absolute zero temperature. So here you can see we have a structure of silicon in which there are 4 electrons in the outer shell. So they can combine with the another silicon element and make a covalent bond. This is the example of an intrinsic semiconductor. This silicon is when there is no temperature are provided to our silicon. But what happens when the temperature arises? Then when the temperature arises due to collisions, few electrons are unbounded and become free to move. As you can see in this structure of silicon, when the temperature provided, the electrons become free and it contain a hole left behind the electrons. So it is ready to make a bonding. Now come, let's understand the intrinsic semiconductor using energy band diagram. At absolute 0 Kelvin temperature, the covalent bonds are very strong and there are no free electrons, and the semiconductor behave as a perfect insulator as you see in the diagram. There is no movement of electron. Above absolute temperature, or we can say with the increase in temperature, few valence electrons jump into the conduction band from the valence band. Hence, it behaves like a poor conductor. As you can see in the diagram, in the valence band, the electron moves towards the conduction band when the temperature will increase. Now, come towards the next semiconductor, that is extrinsic semiconductor. The conductivity of semiconductor can be greatly improved by introducing a small number of suitable replacement atoms called impurities. The process of adding impurity atoms to the pure semiconductor is called doping. On the basis of doping of impurity atom to our pure semiconductor, we can classify it into two types, N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. Here an extrinsic semiconductor which has been doped with electron donor atoms is called N-type semiconductor, because the majority of charge carriers in the crystal are negative electrons. Since silicon is a tetravalent element, the normal crystal structure contains 4 covalent bonds from 4 valence electrons. In silicon, the most common dopants are group 3rd and group 5th elements. Group 5th elements are called pentavalent, have 5 valence electrons which allow them to act as a donor. That means the addition of these pentavalent impurities such as phosphorus, arsenic, antimony contributes free electrons greatly increasing the conductivity of the intrinsic semiconductor. For example, a silicon crystal doped with boron, means we can say group third element, creates a p-type semiconductor, whereas a crystal doped with phosphorus group fifth results in an n-type semiconductor. The conduction electrons are completely dominated by the number of donor electrons. Therefore, the total number of conduction electrons is approximately equal to the number of donor sites. In this n-type of semiconductor, electrons are the majority carriers while holes are minority carrier. As you can see in the diagram, we take the elements of phosphorus in which one electrons are free and the another four is making bond with the silicon atom. An extrinsic semiconductor which has been doped with electron acceptor atoms is called a p-type semiconductor. Because the majority of charge carrier in the crystal are electron holes, it means we can say positive charge carrier. The pure semiconductor silicon is tetravalent element. The normal crystal structure contains 4 covalent bonds from 4 valence electrons of silicon. In silicon, the most common dopants are group third, that is trivalent or contain 3 valence electron, causing them to function as acceptors when used to dope silicon. When an acceptor atom replaces a tetravalent silicon atom in the crystal, you can see in a structure a vacant state or an electron hole is created. An electron hole is the lack of an electron at a position where one could exist in an atom or atomic lattice. It is one of the 2 types of charge carriers that is responsible for creating electric current in the semiconducting material. These positively charged holes can move from atom to atom in semiconducting materials as electrons leave their position. The addition of trivalent impurities such as boron, aluminium or gallium to an intrinsic semiconductor create these positive electron holes in the example. As you can see, we take a boron that creates a hole in the structure. In this p-type extrinsic semiconductor, the majority charge carriers, as you know, that is holes, and the minority carriers is electrons.